Alright guys, tis a wee bit late. Tis 10:47. However, that will not stop the knowledge from being dropped tonight. Alright, so I got a buddy of mine. His name's Joe. It was the most recent summer, so summer of 2024. A good old buddy of mine, me and Joe met at FSY, which is a church camp put on through my church for the youth. And the background of our meeting is not quite as important as what I'm about to drop, via knowledge-wise. So Joe, he's a special feller. He has a gift. He's a very funny guy, but also the way he thinks is it's not so much sporadic, it's more like artistic, okay? He's got a lot of peculiar ways of thought, which kind of add to him being such a funny dude, but also it adds to him being kind of a smart guy. So me and Joe, we're actually talking last night. So I was on the phone with him just because, like to chit chat. He's a G. And I went to grab a bowl of cereal, a little bowl of Cheerios for some devious munching, and an ant fell out of the box of cereal. And I said, "There's a freaking ant in my cereal. This is terrible." But you know what Joe said? He said, "Yo, bro, it's protein. Yo, even ants have protein." And I said, "What do you mean even ants have protein?" And he basically was like, "Well, it's not so much always trying to focus." Okay, this is paraphrasing, but basically what we are getting at is, it's hard to focus all the time on the big picture, but if you can break it down, things come a little bit easier, and they're a little bit easier to take in and handle. So, for example, I try to get in about 200 grams of protein every day. I don't even know if an ant is like 1 gram, but even ants have protein. So, that's basically enough ants is gonna build up. So the small things do not hurt, all right? The small things can still be beneficial to your overall goal. Even if at the time it doesn't seem like it's taking the biggest step forward or the biggest leap in your progression, it's still adding to it. And that, I think, is so important, because a lot of people tend to overlook things that they don't see immediate effect with. The lifting especially has kind of that effect. A lot of people get discouraged or lose their drive or what motivates them, just because they're not seeing progress as fast as they want, right? So sometimes it's good to think, right? I want everyone right now. I want you to go into your Remind app. All right, if you have an iPhone, go to the app Remind or Reminder or even your calendar, and I want you to set a reminder for every morning whenever you get up. If you get up at 7, set it for 7:05. If you get up at 8, set it for 8:05. I don't care. But I want you to go into whatever app or whatever is going to be popping up a notification every morning when you wake up. And I want you to set the reminder and have the quote say, "Even ants have protein." Now, if you're not watching this, and if you haven't seen this knowledgeable YouTube video and your buddy sees it, go ahead, recommend them this video and they'll understand. But the reason I want you to do that, not just because I feel like asking, but because, was buddy turning? Alright, I guess I'll turn. Because I want you to wake up every day and remember that it's okay to not see immediate results, and it is okay to be a little discouraged when things aren't progressing as fast as you envision them or you want them to progress. But as long as you remember that even ants have protein, you're going to remember that the little things count, okay? The little things count. The little things are going to add up to the bigger goal. The little things are going to add up to the overall picture of what you want to achieve. And I can't stress this enough, all right? Do it to it and go get it. And I attribute this little talk to Joe, because I never would have thought of it if Joe wasn't on the call with me at the time. So take this and learn from it and go get them. All right. You know, it's I've had the same thing before, because a big thing with me with lifting is I'll get on track and I'll say, all right, we're cutting. We are dropping 30 pounds by summer, and we are getting after it, and we're sticking to it this time. And then what starts to happen is I forget that even ants have protein. And I'm trying to eat a whole cow at one time. I'm trying to lose all the weight in a week, and I'm trying to do 2 hours of cardio a day and only be eating 2,000 calories, and it's a little too much sometimes, and so you get sick of it. And even if you are disciplined, and even if you are having a good enough mindset to not fall off this straight and narrow path, as long as you can remember that no effort towards your goal goes unchecked, then that will help out. I catch myself trying to PR all the time, even when I'm not prepped for it, because I get lost, I get sidetracked, and I try to see that immediate progress instead of chasing the long-term goal, and you know, basically just being patient. And that is kind of what gets in the way of progress, because I mean, you know, oh, there's a deer. All right, hold on. We're about to spook this mofo. Yeah, run, boy. Anyway, yeah. So if I could, you know, you don't gotta really listen to what I'm saying. I'm just trying to help out, because I think me myself, if I'd heard these words a while ago, I think I would be a little better off right now. But sometimes stuff ain't optimal, aight? So take this message how you will, but I look forward to it. Let me get some comments saying that you said that reminder. Remember, boys, even ants have protein. And now for the arguably the most important part of the video. What song shall we be playing tonight? You know what? Nah, we're edging. Just kidding. Maybe we'll be surprised, because I don't really know right now. Whatever hits the spot. Catch y'all in there.
So you're on the prowl, wondering whether she left already or not. Leather jacket, collar pop like antenna, never knowing when to stop. Sunglasses indoors, par for the cause, lights in the floors, and sweat on the walls. Cages and poles. Call off the search for your soul, or put it on hold again. She's having a sly indoor smoke. She calls the folks who run this, her oldest friends, sipping and drinking, laughing at imaginary jokes. 'Cause all the signals are sent, arise, invite you to approach. And it seems as though those lumps in your throat that you just swallowed have got you going. It's not like I'm falling in love, I just want you to do me no good. And you look like you could. Come on, come on, come on.